You are listening to the Your Empty Nest Coach podcast with Coach Christine. What is beauty? I work with mothers of high school students and beyond who are in the trenches with sad and possibly overwhelming thoughts about what their life will look like when their baby heads to college and begins to leave the nest. My client's big question is, what will I do with my time? Is this you? I've been there and I get it. Empowering you to write the next jaw-dropping, amazing chapter in your life is my passion. I am energized by leading you in the process of exploration and am thrilled when you unlock the power that lies within you. This podcast is my gift to you. Hello, my empty nest friend. Life is so freaking good. Let me tell you, when you get your thought deliveries under control, are living in training mode, near illumination with your protector, and can see what is outside of your fence with peaceful curiosity, life gets interesting. Sometimes it's freaking hilarious. Really, so much fun. And then the dimmer switch goes down and you forget about your protector, but it's okay. It's all good training. Before we get started, please remember that you may leave me audio feedback at any time through my SpeakPipe link. If you find yourself talking back to me during this episode, I invite you to really share your thoughts with me. You'll find the link to do this in the description of this episode. On Apple Podcasts, click Details. On Spotify, click See More. On Overcast, press the I for Information button. Get the idea? Of course, I always have full show notes with links to anything I discuss in this episode and a full episode transcription on my website. I can't wait to hear from you. Thanks. Thank you. It's time to thank our sponsor. This episode is sponsored by my membership community, the GPS Support Flock, your flight to success in the empty nest. If you are ready to find the GPS of your life, sign up to receive an immediate and free download of my PDF, How to Find Yourself in the Empty Nest, our GPS Life Principles document. You will also have the opportunity to learn about our community. See the link in this episode's show notes or fly on over to my website, youremptynestcoach.com. Click the GPS Support Flock button. See you soon. What is beauty? I want to talk about this because I see so many women doing everything they can to look, quote, more beautiful, unquote. Meanwhile, I've witnessed women of all shapes, sizes, skin color, race, age, personality types, and more be beautiful. Why is this? I have no doubt this has been shared in different ways by others, but I'm going to use my CEO of your life analogy to get there in this episode. To learn more about that analogy, I have a series of episodes starting at 64 about it if you want to catch up. You know how I love definitions. So let's hear what Merriam-Webster has to say about beauty. The quality or aggregate of qualities in a person or thing that gives pleasure to the senses or pleasurably exalts the mind or spirit. Oh my, let me read that again. The quality or aggregate of qualities in a person or thing that gives pleasure to the senses or pleasurably exalts the mind or spirit. I ask you now to consider that when you live in obscurity mode, that your ability to be beautiful to yourself and to others is, well, obscured. If you don't know who you are and are so busy living in obscurity inside of your own mind, how could you possibly be able to see your beauty, let alone share it with anyone else? That fence of yours is high and strong in this mode. How could you pleasurably exalt the mind or spirit when you are so concerned with high alert thought deliveries coming into your house? How can you give pleasure to the senses when you live in that low energy mode? I ask you to consider that you can't. And I ask you to consider that this is why you can see someone with all the physical traits of what our world would consider a model, or physically beautiful, but something about them doesn't project the beauty you see on the outside. You know that saying, beauty is within? It sure is. I see it as coming down to their mode of energy. If they're in low energy mode, obscured from themselves, there's no energy to shine outward, which makes it difficult to bring pleasure to anyone or exalt a mind or a spirit. What do you think about that? I will tell you this. I have never felt more beautiful in my life. Even on days without makeup, when I'm up some pounds, and at my age, close to 50, I feel beautiful. And I don't attribute it to my haircut, my clothes, or my body size. It has everything to do with my mind's energy. My mind's work, which I take seriously and treat all of it with love and compassion. Whether you think I'm beautiful or not, guess what? That's outside of my fence. If I needed you to tell me that I'm beautiful, to feel beautiful, I then hand control of my sensations to you. I'm sorry, I adore you, my friend, but I'm not willing to give anyone that much power over my life. Are you? The questions I have for you in this episode are, what do you think of this definition of beauty? And do you feel beautiful? I invite you to share your answers to these questions for inclusion on an upcoming episode by using my SpeakPipe link, which you will find in the episode description mentioned earlier. Or fly on over to our Facebook group to share your answers to these questions with our amazing flock. Our Facebook group name is Green Popsicle Sticks. Want to know why? Listen to episode number 17 or head to my website, youremptynestcoach.com/community for links to join our flock. We look forward to seeing you there. Thanks. Thank you. A huge shout out to every member of my GPS support flock. I invite you to fly on over to my website or see my show notes for a link to learn how you may become a GPS support flock member, where you will gain access to all of my programs, monthly workshops, group coaching, and more. See you there. As always, I provide content to make you think, my empty nest friend. My hope is that I'm able to provide you with thoughts that positively impact your life. If you enjoyed this episode, I invite you to take a moment to subscribe to this podcast. It is free after all. My beautiful empty nest friend, I challenge you to remember that yes, you are beautiful. If you don't feel it yet, that just means you have some work to do. So get to work and remember that you are amazing. See ya. Suddenly Seymour. I should probably put a space there, huh? Seymour. Okay, I will focus. Do you want the same voice? Okay. Definition voice.